Well, brave fighters for democracy or colonizers who plundered and murdered. George Washington University in Washington has had colonials as its mascot for 86 years, named for those who wanted to start a new country. But in the 8 decades since, the country's politics have changed dramatically. And with it, the school's mascot will as well. The university announcing this week it's dropping colonials, now calling it offensive. This despite 7,300 students remaining split on the decision. 44% said ditch the name, while 43% said it should stay. We welcome 2 of those students now, one on each side of the argument. Anita Sagar supports the change, while Ezra Meyer says keep it. He even wrote an op-ed about it. So Ezra, let's start with you. The argument is that colonists represent colonialism, and with it, exploitation, killing, and theft. So how do you defend your stance?
Well, thank you for having me. And Anita, it's a pleasure to be on with you this evening as well. In my opinion, Kelly, the colonial honors the men and women of colonial America, often referred to as colonists or colonials, who fought for independence and freedom in opposition to colonialism. I don't want to negate other people's experiences, but the reality is that opponents of the moniker have misconstrued the meaning and the intention here. It clearly does not refer to colonialism. And in my opinion, our mascot should be in the spirit of our namesake, George Washington, by honoring the birth of this nation and the values it was founded upon.
And Anita, do you believe all colonials should go? There are other schools with the same mascot. Should that be addressed?
So I would like to bring up 2 points. To start with, the term colonials undeniably has colonialist and imperialist connotations, and colonialism has affected and continues to affect many families who are a part of our university community. And many students do not feel comfortable identifying as a colonial, and our moniker should be unifying our university community and reinforcing students' pride in their school. And while I hear my colleague Ezra's point, I still believe that despite the original colonialist settlers' achievements of achieving American independence, it cannot be denied that they also took this land from the indigenous populations who previously lived there. They displaced these communities, and in order to try and repair the centuries of harm that colonialist settlement has done, we can't turn around and then celebrate the same practice.
Ezra, what would you say the school loses by changing its name? Why would you like to see it preserved?
So I'm not really necessarily categorically opposed to name changes here, and I think it's a broad issue, and that's not really the point of this conversation. I think the concerning aspect really is the rationale that the university used to make this decision. They tried to be as non-controversial as possible by acknowledging the passionate arguments on both sides, but then they're using that to say, because there are passionate arguments on both sides of this debate, that the mascot can no longer be a unifying figure, that the colonial can no longer unify the student body. And but I think if they look at any issue here, they're going to find it near impossible to find one that there's unanimity on within the student body. And so my concern comes because I think there are going to be more consequential decisions down the road. And just a month ago, there was a Washington Post op-ed that called for the university itself to have its name changed, to erase any reference to George Washington himself. And so if they apply the same rationale to decisions like that in a year or two, then I think it's really quite a slippery slope from here.
Well, you bring up a really interesting point. I'll pose the question to Anita. Where does this stop? We have the Braves, the Chiefs, the Blackhawks. Would you advocate for changing all those names as well? Or what do you believe is the threshold here?
I think the most important question that we should be asking ourselves is, do students feel respected, and do students feel comfortable chanting this name at sports games or wearing it on a t-shirt? And I know, at least in my case, that the majority of our student body does not feel comfortable doing that. I know friends who don't feel comfortable identifying themselves as a colonial, and it's incredibly important that we create a community of mutual respect and understanding and inclusivity. And even if a few students feel like the name colonials is not respectful to them or their experiences, that should be heard and listened to.
Great. Well, Anita Sagar, Ezra Meyer, both students at George Washington University, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.